Hello, and welcome to another NFL draft video. Instead of doing a regular mock draft like I usually do, today I'm going to do something different. Today I'm going to be predicting where every single QB in the NFL draft will go. Now, why am I doing this? Because I don't want to do a 7-round mock draft for every player. So I'm just going to stick with the QBs. And why? Well, because there's a lot of QBs in this draft. Besides the top 6, obviously, there is still QBs that can go in the 3rd or 4th or 5th round that could be very good. You never know. So I'm going to be predicting where they're going to go. And also, some of these picks I'm going to do, say it's round 5, pick 125, and a certain team picks them, but they don't have that pick. I'm just assuming they traded for that pick, so nothing gets too messy. If any of the picks don't look right, just assume they were traded for. Alright, now let's start off with the very first pick in the draft. The Chicago Bears are taking Caleb Williams. It's final. 100% going to happen. Ever since they traded Justin Fields, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Caleb Williams isn't the first pick, and he will be. And he will be a Chicago Bear. Pick 2. I have the Washington Commanders taking Jayden Daniels. Now, this could be Drake May, but it seems the Commanders prefer Daniels. And maybe it's a smokescreen, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But for this video, I'm taking Jayden Daniels. And for pick 3, the New England Patriots will take Drake May. Now, Drake May could go 2, but since I have Jayden Daniels going 2, and it seems that the Commanders like him more, I'm going to have the Patriots take Drake May. And the Patriots should take Drake May at 2, right? Yeah, they should. They wouldn't screw that up, right? Yeah, they wouldn't screw that up. Anyways, May is a Patriot. Now, the next QB I see going is at pick 11 when the Minnesota Vikings take J.J. McCarthy. All right, this is just my opinion, but I believe the Vikings don't need to trade up for McCarthy. I don't think any other team in the NFL is willing to trade up to the top 5 to get McCarthy besides the Vikings. So in my opinion, the Vikings just stay put. They'll get him at 11. I'm very confident no one will want him in the top 5 besides the Minnesota. So Minnesota can stay at 11 and take him. And this saves them picks from trading up. So yeah, that's how I see it going. Pick 11. Now the next QB I see going won't be going until the 2nd round. And the next QB going will be Bo Nix, and I believe he'll get drafted to the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Bo Nix could be drafted by several different teams, and it appears the Raiders really like Michael Penix, but it is reported that Bo Nix had a great interview with the Raiders, and the Raiders like him a lot. So for this video, I'm taking Bo Nix. And this could be a very good situation, because he was mocked a lot to go to the Broncos, but I feel him going to the Raiders would fit much, much better, because the Broncos team is terrible. And the Raiders team actually isn't bad, and he could have a QB battle with Gardner Minshew, and even if he doesn't start right away, he could start later in the year or the next year. And the team's not bad, and I like Antonio Pierce, so he could be a good fit in Las Vegas. Now the next pick. Michael Penix is the next QB to get drafted, and I believe he'll get drafted in the 2nd round at pick 39 by the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, now for a rather twist of events. I have Michael Penix Jr. getting drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you heard me right. The Dallas Cowboys. Now hear me out. There's reports that the Dallas Cowboys actually really like Michael Penix Jr., and there's rumors that they may take him in the 2nd round if he's available. And now, this could be like smokescreen, like it usually is, but it sounds like the front office and Dak Prescott aren't getting along too great at the moment. Maybe it will change, maybe it won't, I don't know. But honestly, I think there's a chance Michael Penix could be nabbed in the 2nd round by the Dallas Cowboys. And honestly, he goes there, he sits behind Prescott for 1 year, and then he starts the next year. He'll have one of the best receivers in the game, and CeeDee Lamb. They're likely drafting a really good running back in the draft, and they have Jake Ferguson, who's a good tight end. And you know what? Maybe a fresh coat of paint QB could be the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys. And who doesn't love some good parity? So at pick 39, the Dallas Cowboys take Michael Penix Jr. Now for my next QB, the next QB I see going is Spencer Rattler. And to give a little context, because I think Rattler is one of the most interesting QBs in this draft. I'll explain why right now. So basically, out of high school, Spencer Rattler was a 5-star recruit, and he was projected to be a 1st-round QB in the NFL draft in the future. He then committed to Oklahoma, where in his rookie year, he played pretty good. However, in his 2nd year, he had a major drop-off, and the rookie QB beat him out for the starting job in his 2nd year. The rookie QB was named some kid named Caleb Williams. I'm sure he's not important, but he would then transfer to South Carolina. And in South Carolina, he actually played pretty well. But unfortunately, the South Carolina team was ass, and his O-line was terrible, so he can only do so much. But he played the best he could. And now here we are in the 2024 NFL Draft. He's not a 1st-round pick, but he's likely going in the 3rd round. And now where does he go in the 3rd round? Well, in my opinion, Spencer Rattler in round 3, pick 88, gets drafted by the Los Angeles Rams. And I would love to see Spencer Rattler go to the Rams for multiple different reasons. First reason is he doesn't need to start. He goes there and he could sit behind a veteran and a very good QB in Matt Stafford, and this could be very good for his development. He sits behind Matt Stafford for a whole year, maybe 2, and just sees him play, and this could develop him a lot. Secondly, he's got Sean McVay, who's one of the best offensive coaches in the league. And thirdly, if he does start eventually, he's got Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Kyren Williams. They're probably going to get more weapons the next year too, because they draft so well. And if there's any coach in the NFL who could bring out that 5-star recruit we saw Spencer Rattler in high school, it's Sean McVay. I think him going to the Rams would be an amazing fit, and I truly hope he does get drafted by the Rams. Alright, the next QB gone is Michael Pratt. He's going to go in the 3rd round at the 97th pick to the Denver Broncos. Mr. Pratt going to the Denver Broncos in my predictions, because the Broncos need a QB. They didn't get anyone in the 1st or 2nd round, and maybe they want Bo Nix, but too bad, Las Vegas got him. And now I see the Broncos taking him because they kind of need to take a quarterback in the first 3 rounds. They have no quarterback, and probably just taking him as a guy like, hey, maybe he'll turn out. If he doesn't, maybe he's a good backup. But hey, it's whatever. You get younger Jared Goff and Michael Pratt. The next pick in round 4, pick 125, the New York Giants select Joe Milton out of Tennessee. His draft stock has definitely rose since the combine, as we saw him huck 70-yard bombs. Is this fair to judge a guy basically on a 3-hour practice rather than the 2 years he started at quarterback? Probably yes. But then again, QBs are weird coming out of the draft, so you never know. And I think him going in the 4th round is fine, because you get him there, you're not expecting him to be amazing. If he's really good, then good. If he's not good, then it's like, oh well, there's next year, and maybe he's a good backup. So there's not a lot to lose here. But if Joe Milton turns out to be good, that is a dangerous QB, especially with how strong his arm is. The next QB I see going is Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis in round 5 at pick 161 by the New York Jets. Nothing too crazy. I have the Jets taking Jordan Travis here at 5. Maybe to see if they can develop him. If they can't, maybe he's a good backup. But the thing about Jordan Travis is that he was likely going to be a higher draft pick, but he fractured his leg in college, and this definitely dropped his stock a lot. And now he's probably going to go around the 4th, 5th round. And I think the Jets might just nab him in the 5th and see what they got. Because why not, you know? All right. The next QB going is Tua Tagovailoa, and he's going in round 6 at pick 207 to the Miami Dolphins. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. I had to put both of the Tagovailoa bros on the same team, and they could form like a cool duo, like the Super Tagovailoa brothers. You know, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I don't know. The next QB going right now is Samuel Hartman, and I see him going in round 7 at pick 227 to the San Francisco 49ers. And just like that, the Niners have their Jimmy Garoppolo back. And this pick is purely for depth at QB position. Maybe he could be a good backup for the team. But I know dang well, if they do this, at the back of Kyle Shanahan's mind, he's hoping Sam Hartman is really good and starts so they don't have to pay Brock Purdy $200 million. But that's just my thoughts. Anyways, the final QB I see going in the NFL draft is at round 7, pick 255, is Kedon Slovis, and he's drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Our final QB is a BYU Cougar, that man being Keaton Slovis. And he's going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And he's going to learn from his captain, Baker Mayfield, to be a better QB and an even better Pirate. And that's it. That's my predictions. Yes, most guys in this draft will probably be backups or even out of the league, but you never know. Sometimes you find that gem of a QB in rounds 4, 5, 6, and even 7, and sometimes undrafted. What I'm trying to say is, it's easy for us to assume the first-round picks will just be the best. And yes, most of the time the first-round picks are the best, but sometimes that later pick could end up being the best, and that's why the draft is truly special, because you never know what stars are going to be born, and sometimes those late-round draft picks could end up being heroes for the respective franchise they get drafted to. And that's why I love watching the draft every year. And with that all together, have a nice day, everybody. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.